Hello everyone and welcome on this fine evening for another live stream. Well, it might not be evening in your part of the world, but it is for me. This is gonna be another cozy art and animation live stream. We're gonna be animating on a little scene with those two characters here. These are free characters that you can download for Blender, created by Blender Studio. Really great rigs, and I'm really looking forward to play around with that. And yeah, we're gonna continue our little animation once again. And what are we actually animating? Well, we have a little dialogue shot that a little piece of dialogue that I took from the Dropout series, Very Important People, from an interview of a supervillain. And here we can listen to it. This is the voice clip that we are going to animate with the two characters.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows beyond all doubt that they are right.
So, this wonderful improvised performance by Vic Michaelis and Brian David Gilbert, we're gonna animate. Last time, which was yesterday, we already dove into thumbnailing. So for each moment of the clip, we were thinking about how to express this best in a character pose. And as you can see, we experimented quite a lot for different moments. We were pushing poses more and more to make sure we get the most out of it. Yeah, and today we're gonna build on that. Still not gonna go into Blender probably today. We're gonna do an animatic first and really nail down what pose we want to have at what moment of the dialogue. And for that today, I'm going to use Clip Studio Paint. Already set up little file here, animation file with an animation timeline. I really have grown to love the functions that Clip Studio Paint has for animation. I really like the vector pencil brushes and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to use it for this little animatic. I'm still somewhat of a beginner with Clip Studio Paint, only using it occasionally, but yeah, I wanna commit it a little bit more to my routine and learn all the keyboard shortcut, which I had to set, by the way. Clip Studio Paint doesn't have a lot of keyboard shortcuts set for the animation tools, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so let's dive into that. Hello everyone in the chat. You let me know if there's any problem with like sound or... Oh, we actually have music. I can play a little bit of music on the side. You let me know if that's too loud. And of course, as always, if you have any questions about art or animation, just let me know in the chat and I'll try to answer your questions as we go along the way. And other than that, I'm going to continue animating step by step how I would animate this shot. Okay. So, we are starting with that first piece of dialogue.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And
okay, this first part. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? In hindsight, if we look at our thumbnails, I feel like it's the weakest of all the poses that we did. Like, I love some really pushed poses that we were scribbling later on in the process. Like, I really like those. And compared to that, this kind of like shy hands together kind of thing, I think I wanted to be a little bit more out a little bit more daring. So I think what we're going to do, because I don't think this shyness kind of fits it anymore. I think I want to kind of keep the gist of it with the lean forward, because our character is very engaged in the conversation. But I think I'm gonna have him already using the side of the chair. So I think most of it we're gonna keep. We're gonna keep that lean forward. I really like that. Push the asymmetry. So I think that's quite nice. So I think what I'm gonna try is putting the arms on the chair in like, I'm a good interview guest, sitting here and being a good talk show guest. We might also consider having him already lean back, and then we would just push when he would say, "Oh, there never is, there really never is." We just push him even further back into the chair. So that could be something that we try. Let's see, something isn't quite right with the keyboard shortcuts. Here we go. Why is my undo not working? What is going on? Well, as long as this is working, I guess it's fine. So, of course, we could already start leaned back. And then see how that would look. Hello, Eidolon. Nice to see you. How you doing? So, if we have him leaned back already, right in the beginning, for a chill conversation. Like that, kinda. And then I think the cool thing, what we can do with the hands on the chair, is we can really work in this like little wavy gesture. There never is. There really never is. We can have a little bit of flapping there. Let's try something with the turning of the mask, maybe. Oh, this selected substantially more than just the mask. Maybe this works better. Other direction, maybe? Yeah, I like that. I like that. Isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? There never is. There really never is. Would then be leaned back. So let's modify this pose to do that little wave. So erasing what's going on in the midsection there. And is only a question which hand is doing that gesture. Yeah, I think that lines up. That lines up a little bit better. So our plan for the beginning is now to have this as pose 1 with the hand on the chair and then the hand off the chair for pose 2. So let's jump into Clip Studio Paint and draw our first pose here. So I wanted to do this in a vertical video kind of format because, you know, that's what the cool kids do nowadays. So I guess I have to join that vertical video crew. But I would prefer to use vector layers. So let's do that. Get rid of that one. And we're gonna actually split stuff a little bit in layers so I can reuse, like, you know, I don't have to redraw the chair for every frame, for example. That would just be unnecessary. So let's have a background folder, background layer, and put the drawing on the timeline here. And let's see. Oh, of course we should actually use a black pencil maybe. That might be a good idea. Yeah, other than that, I think that works. So, we still kind of have to define how frontal we want the pose, the camera angle to be, and I do kind of want not to look too much from the side onto this this scenery. So let's try this kind of like a retro chair kind of thing here. I think this could work. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good interview chair. The question is how big we actually want this to be. Do we want to be completely in frame? Probably yes. Probably something like that. And now we already need a new layer. So the new layer is gonna be, oh, not a new timeline, but a new animation folder. There we go. And let's call it character 1 and place a drawing in it. So, okay, let's refer back to our drawing. Okay, and I do have the dude on the side here. This is how he looks. So, and we give him kind of like a relaxed lean back. The question is also how big he actually is in relationship of the chair. I don't want them to get lost on the chair, you know. So, something like that, maybe. It's so crazy how small his feet are. I really like that. It's a really cute character design. Okay, a little bit off the ground I think would be nice. And then we have the arm going over the side. maybe poking out of the silhouette of the chair. Something like that. And let's listen to the sound clip again.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice?
So interesting how he doesn't look in the direction of the interview partner, but like makes up a room to do like this mocking motion.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that?
Maybe we could do the same by tilting him a little bit up. Or do we stick with the original plan, having him leaned forward? Something like that. Let's refer back to our experiments. I think the angle needs to be a little bit higher, tilting him up a little bit. Now we're getting in the territory where it actually would be easier to try some things in 3D. Oh, did we minimize the window? There we go. Because we still want to have an eye on the character design. 13 Headphones is asking, are you using Blender just for the character reference? No, we're actually later on gonna animate this in Blender. At the moment, I'm still planning things, and I like to plan things in 2D animation because in 2D animation, you can be like, I want the arm to do this kind of crazy stuff. In 2D, you can just draw crazy things that you want to do, and in 3D you would have like to really work for it and deform some stuff, maybe change something about the rig to make certain things work. So I made it a habit to plan in 2D. I'm a 2D animator mainly, that is the other reason. But so I'm not constrained by the rig, but instead plan exactly, or more or less exactly, what I want to do in 2D, and then I have to mimic it in 3D later. At least that's the plan. I'm sure there are gonna be some poses that will sneak in at a later point in time, and some three-dimensional stuff is easier to do in Blender than in a drawing. For example, this tilt up, I really want to see the underside of the chin here. Those things are kind of hard to draw. But yeah, so I'm using it as a reference right now, but this is going to be the reference for the 3D animation, if that makes sense. I did realize that it's actually pretty cool to have a reference like that, you can just turn it around and you can see like how does it look from up here, how does it look from under here, like right now we're seeing that, okay, the mask is a little bit, it's not as sharp as I have it, so it's more something like this. So I actually kind of falling in love with doing 2D like this, with having a 3D reference, but the situation I don't know. It's kind of rare. Like, I didn't have that in professional productions, and I haven't made 3D reference for my 2D production so far. But maybe I should. I think it's really, really nice. Thank you for the question. Hello, Hilly. Nice to see you. Yeah, I hope all of you are doing very well this fine evening. Let's see. So, here's that. I did like some of the poses. There's a certain, like, he's already challenging the interviewer, which I kind of think I want to keep. So maybe a very, very harsh angle here. Kind of narrowed eyes. Let's listen to it again.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice?
I like that half smile, though. We're gonna get into that later. I think we'll leave it for now. It's pretty good. Yeah, exactly, Hilly. It's like when productions make sculpted models for references. Yeah, that's exactly it. I always wanted to get more into like sculptures. I do have, maybe even right behind me, I have a couple packets of not clay, but like super sculpey, or what is it called? So that is actually also really cool. If you have something in your hand, you can pick it up and turn it around. That is super cool. Okay, I think that's it for our first drawing. I don't think we need more detail than that. Could clean it up a little bit more, but I don't. It's fine. It's fine for now. We could actually bring in the voice clip. I already exported the audio clip. Where did I save it? Animate Island, editing, live streams. There we go. Now we should have it in here as well.
Oh, isn't there a little...
The scrubbing.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of...
Okay, the next one would be malice in that voice. The question is how early we go into that pose. What is the third one that we have lined up? We have like a kind of like doubling down with the elbow on it. Okay, we had the hand flap over there, which we're not going to do if we already do it here. We might not already do it here. I see. It's so crazy. We did this yesterday, and I'm already thinking like, what was I thinking yesterday? What exactly do you mean, 13 headphones? 13 headphones wrote, I see. Being originally a 2D animator, any thoughts on Blender options for it? Like doing 2D in Blender? Maybe you could explain a little bit more what you're interested in. Okay, so we're gonna do the look away kind of take.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of...
Malice, I think, deserves the big pose change. So, new animation cell. Let's actually duplicate that one. Duplicate layer. Put it here. Yeah, grease pencil and 2D animation tools in Blender. Okay, so it's what I thought. Yeah, there are some excellent 2D animation tools in Blender already, and as far as I know, it's a very good option to produce animation in there. I personally haven't done it yet, so I can't speak too much on it. But yeah, a lot of people really like it, do amazing, crazy things with it. The workflow is a little bit, like, I don't know, like the basics obviously are the same. You have a timeline, you put frames on there. But there are some like caveats and some special things to consider. Like that the strokes can actually be placed in Z space very easily, opens up a lot of cool things to do. But I think you need to abandon the idea to treat Blender exactly like a 2D animation program. You could, I'm pretty sure you could, but then you lose a lot of options, a lot of possibilities that you leave on the table then. But yeah, I think it's really powerful. It's a little bit special and odd to get into. There are thankfully very great tutorials out there that seem very interesting, and I will definitely eventually really get into it. But so far I haven't, unfortunately. Yeah, and especially it's a no-brainer if you have, if you actually have like 3D backgrounds, then this is obviously what you need to use. Okay, so onion skin, let's see. A little bit of malice in that voice. Now the malice, we're gonna hit for like how, like almost taking it as a compliment. I think that's kind of cool. Like malice me, I would never. But he kind of doesn't. It's like kind of accepting it. Maybe I think that would be kind of nice. All right. So pencil. Maybe you could actually be looking down here. What did we plan here? A little smile. I'm really gonna be interested to see how animating the mouth will be, to just have curves. That's gonna be quite interesting. No, I think he needs to look up. We could already close his eyes here.
Of malice in that voice, and oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And
I think it is kind of fun though. Let's see if we maybe do want to get a little bit higher with the angle. But almost shy, that's actually kind of cool. Can you see how, despite having drawn the poses already, it's so much worth it to draw it again, because you know the thought process starts over again, and you really think about some things that you could maybe improve. Yeah, I think that's better, giving him a little bit more of a proud, like almost propping up a little bit. And this upper arm has to react to it, of course. This arm straightens. We see more of his hair. Okay.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice?
And then for voice, I think we're gonna have a little bit of a modification. Just a little settle, a little dropping down. Let's see how it's done in the reference.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And
he really has the accent, the beat on malice.
oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that?
So I think we're gonna do that too. I think we already set it up to do that, right?
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And
then for voice,
and
we just have like a drop down. So let's add another drawing. Put that into the camera. You know what else we could do? I mean, let's actually delete that drawing and duplicate it, and we're just gonna work with the duplicates. But before we do that, maybe we could actually do something with the hands. You know, instead of having like the dismissive, it could just be tension. It could just be like, you know, hand shooting out. Shooting out a little bit.
oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice?
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice?
Smooth sailing on the malice.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice?
That's cute.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice?
And then, you know, for voice, we are dropping everything again. Okay, let's put this on. The hand's already dropped. And yeah, I kind of wanted to have some life in the upper body, which is between the two first poses. I already definitely planned to move it. But for this one, and maybe for voice, we flash the eyes open. Voice. So we have like a toothy sound. The music crashed. VLC crashed. I have never had that. VLC crashing while playing music. That is crazy. There. Music is back. That's really strange. Okay, I think with the voice, maybe like a triangle shape. Let's see.
That voice, and oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that?
Okay, let's flip this. Let's have the ice flash open for malice. I think we are on the right track there. It's just not quite right. Malice. Going wide-eyed, so we have everything as tense as it gets. And then maybe have a cheekish look back. Like rotating it.
In that voice, and oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And they're never.
It's so tricky. We had a couple good facial expressions here. Oh, I do like the eyelids coming from down there. I think that's what we have to do. That was a good idea.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there...
Not quite. This is also a thing. Every playing around that we are doing now with the shapes will make it easier in Blender itself. Because playing around with these vector shapes for the outside, that's gonna be not the most fun part, I think. Maybe it could be a little bit manic. And I do think we need to stress the dip down a little bit more, make it really felt that he's like sinking in a little bit. Okay.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never...
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is.
Okay, moving to the next part. Let's have a look.
Malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
I love it. It's like soft spoken and lifting the arms.
And there never is. There really never is.
It's wonderful. I love this clip. I love the whole show and basically everything that Brian David Gilbert does. So awesome. There never is. There really never is. Yeah, so we do have a little bit of like engaging with the audience now, but more like in a sitting straight up kind of way. We could lean him a little bit more forward than we had here. I think I'm gonna try that. Okay.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is.
Okay. Now this one we're gonna redraw. We're gonna draw the entire character, starting with a blank drawing. Oh no. This one I want. Lean forward, engaging. So. Kinda shouldn't forget about our reference possibility here. That's pretty cool that we can do that. So, kinda have like an angle like that. His arm's getting a little thicker, the upper arm. So, not sure how tall he can actually get. I think that's about as tall as he can get.
And there never is.
There never is.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is.
Okay, not quite happy with the head position, but that's kind of easy to adjust. Yeah, I think we need to do something more like this. Maybe even... Yeah. That's kind of cool. Okay, so and this arm basically stays the same. Maybe the elbow gets lifted a little bit up, making sure I'm still breaking the silhouette here. And I think there's like a collar or something that he has. And we could really do the flipped palm. Oh, that's not the right pencil. This one is.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is.
I love it. It feels a little bit like fake authenticity. Really, really vibing with that. That's really cute. So, did I actually follow my directions on what to do with the feet? Did I plan anything there? So, back then... don't think those were a conscious decision. There's a little bit of uncrossing here. Let's see.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice?
Maybe the malice could also deserve a little foot kick. Makes him cuter, I think. Which we might not want to do.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is.
Oh, I like it though.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never.
Okay, so how would a lean forward actually work? I think I wouldn't, if I have him do something with the leg, I think I do it on the there really never is. There's already so much happening in that pose. So let's just trace this. I could bring them a little bit closer together so we don't like go back to the exact same pose.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. Oh, isn't there...
And now we get to there really never is. Let's see. Is this where the scene ends? We kind of want to have that a lot longer. Maybe there's document settings that I can adjust. I mean, I could just drag it out, but there's probably a smarter way to do this. As I said, I'm not that familiar, unfortunately, yet with Clip Studio Paint. But really, really interested to learn. Okay, just dragging out the paper. This will give us some more room. Oh, of course, we also need the room for the chair.
There really never is.
There really never is. Starting here. And let's just draw completely fresh. There really never is. And here we have the flip and the looking to the side. I wonder how far we can push that. Maybe we can also do a lean even more forward, but looking away. I think that's what I indicated here. We lean forward, but we look away. That might be an interesting juxtaposition. So we are doing that. question is, how far do we look away? There really never is. It's another one of these toothy voice, toothy mouth shapes that I think will work really well for this character. Maybe if we want to have that shoulder visible, we can't lean that much forward. The shoulder and the elbow should still make sense.
There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing? If not,
Yeah.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
Okay, so adjusting that elbow. But the arm stays in the same position. What pose are we actually coming back to if we cut over to him? We're doing the crossed legs later, so I think I'm gonna keep that for later. Maybe it could be like a hooking your feet behind the chair kind of type of motion. You know what I mean? When you have like tension sliding all the way back on a chair. Not sure how well that works.
There really never.
Or doing the opposite. Really relaxing the legs.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
so what is that I'm hearing? If not malice,
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
so what is that I'm?
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what?
Good, good, good. I think I like that. Okay, now comes the point where we cut to the other character.
There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing? That I'm. So what is that? That I'm. So what is that?
Here, we're gonna cut here. Okay. So we're gonna change. Gonna change to an empty frame here. Creating a new cell. Maybe we could actually call it something that we can always find empty. Actually, it's not gonna stay empty. We just put her on this layer, I think. Yeah, we're just gonna put her on that layer. So it's not gonna stay empty. And here we also create a new cell. You know what? I'm gonna be really lazy and say duplicate this frame. And we're just gonna flip it. We just going to flip it. Cause why not? We can. What was the quickest way to do that? Scale, rotate, crop. Isn't there a flip? Scale, rotate. Ah, here. Here we go. Yep. Okay, that might not be the most exciting camera work ever, but why not?
So what is that I'm...
Okay, now we're gonna switch to the other character. Let's have a look at her. Really like the hairstyles in the character designs. That's really, really nice. Okay. So let's see what we planned for her first pose. I think we ended on like not very impressed. So what is that? If what I'm hearing, if not malice. So we're gonna. Oh, this is where she starts. So what is that? What I'm hearing, if not malice, and then she drops into like, okay, tell me more. Might be too big, from 5 to... So what is that? So what is that if I'm hearing, if not? Oh, this is already her next shot. So it's going from here to... That makes more sense. Okay, so we end on that one. So it's... So what is that if I'm here? What I'm hearing, if not malice? Okay, yeah. Deciphering what I was thinking there. Next time I should probably write words again. Not sure why I didn't do that. I usually do that for voice shots, but I actually haven't animated voice shots in a while. I did a lot of pantomime stuff recently, or like, you know, explainer videos where there's just a narrator. So actually hitting beats in a voice performance, it's crazy. I haven't done that in a long time. Okay. So let's also make sure she is relatively large in the chair. Like, they are so tiny, I don't want them to be too lost. Don't want them to be too lost across the background here. What did we plan for her legs? Just very steady. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Okay, having the boots starting really high up. And then she also has these tiny feet. Very nice. I wonder how the folded arms will actually work in the rig. Okay. Not the best folded arms I've ever drawn, but it will do. Okay, so she has an unimpressed look at first. Unimpressed look. I'm really looking forward to doing these facial expressions on the rig. See how they work. Alright, everybody in the chat, you feel free to ask any questions if you have any. We can always talk about your questions about art and animation in general. Always open for any topic. Alright. So we got the goggles. I think her body is smaller, something along the lines of this. Probably have to lift up her face a little bit too. I think I need really short chairs so that the hair doesn't clip through the back of the chair. But I guess it can. If you don't see it, then it should be fine. I just have to pay attention that the lines are there. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going definitely in the right direction. It is very unimpressed.
Never is.
So what is that I'm hearing?
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing?
I think, yeah, that works quite well. Now we go into like a modification pose of it. Next. Okay, I don't need to put too much effort into that pose because, you know, in 3D it's going to be easier, actually, so... Or maybe not, we will see. Yeah, and then we open her eyes. And I think we're gonna lean a little bit more back. Yeah, I think we're gonna lean back.
So what is that I'm hearing?
Question is, what do we stress? Maybe we stress hearing.
bit of malice in that voice, and there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's
Yeah, there is no
a bit
beat.
of malice in that voice, and there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not...
What is that? Maybe on the that.
What is that I'm hearing?
There really never is.
So what is that I'm...
Maybe that could work. On that.
What is that I'm hearing?
Never is.
So what is that I'm hearing?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that might be a good choice. Where's the word? Here, I think.
That I'm...
Yeah. We should save. Never forget to save. If you're working on something right now, save it. Don't trust the autosave. You can't trust it. Let's actually redraw the whole thing, I think. So, I don't think we need to do much with the legs. Maybe she's doing like a little bit of like a foot tap. Like the foot is the only thing that moves. And the rest is gonna stay the same. We have a little bit of a lean back. So we're shifting everything over a little bit. There we go. She could actually also spread the fingers on one. Like do a little lift of the fingers. Let's see if that is too much. And you know what? Let's do this a little bit three-dimensional. She's leaning back and more sideways. Let's see how that feels. Malice. What is that I'm hearing if not malice? So I like her mouth pushing forward a little bit as part of the confrontation. And the ear will come forward a bit. And the hair will go back a little bit like this. I think I would really love to use the three-dimensionality of the characters a little bit. Because I think it's a really nice juxtaposition that they're so stylized, but also three-dimensional. But maybe we can push that angle. And if we do that, I need to bring down the pupils. the eyelashes really sticking out.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not mouth?
Maybe we should do it on hearing. It's not enough time to see the pose at first.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not mouth? So what is that I'm hearing, if not?
A little bit later. Hearing is here. Interesting. So we are putting an accent in, a dip, that is not there in the reference.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
Yeah, that works better. Let's see.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
And then for malice, we have this settling forward.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
Okay.
It's simple.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
Malice. It's about here. New drawing. Let's see what we did there. Oh, we have this really nice provocative lean forward kind of thing. Maybe we should get the eyebrow completely out of it. Like I already do kind of like the eyebrow coming down kind of thing. But maybe we really save that for the upcoming one. So all we do here is have a really raised eyebrow, and then I would lower it here. So we really have some distance to travel for the eyebrows.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
Now let's really see how we push this forward. I really want to raise that elbow up. What is she doing with the other arm? Okay, it's more like a loose, kind of like challengey thing. And I think that would make her hands flop over a little bit, her hand stacks like this. But other than that, I'm not sure I want to do much here because there's so much happening in the upper body. Probably don't want to distract from that. Malice. And what are we doing with the eyes? Okay. Investigative. Full investigative look. Okay. the gotcha question. Probably a little larger. Maybe it really is like a... Is she smiling while she does that? Like a I got you kind of thing? That could maybe work. I don't know. Let's see.
Never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's...
What is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simple.
Yeah, we need to pay attention that we don't make it too snappy. There's a lot of stuff happening in a short amount of time.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simple. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being... Oh, isn't...
I love it. They're already coming to life. That's really, really nice. Okay, really getting the scene as long as we need it to be. Where's the paper? Paper, paper, paper. Papers, please. Go all the way to the end. There we go. Now going back to the other chair.
Alice.
It's...
Okay, they're kind of interrupting each other here. We might want to experiment a little bit where the cut actually is. But let's just guess that it is here. Oh, my cat is getting up from the basket. Hi, Rainbow. What's up with you? Going downstairs. She might complain in a little bit that she wants to play and to be let out. Oh, that life as a cat. There must be easier ways to do this. Can I, like, change the length? I don't know. I need to look up a couple of things. Okay. We should actually maybe use drawing as a reference. So if we just put one of the earlier drawings in, we can use that as a size reference. Okay, what was the plan? Let's go into our thumbnails. Okay, I see. The folded over hands. That could be interesting. Yeah, let's try that. How far do we lean it back? Quite comfortable. But I would say he's engaged in the conversation, so we got a little bit more forward with him. Let's actually bring back this view. Okay, looking away. Nonchalant. It could also be more deliberate if it's more like a putting the hands together for like this triangle pose. Maybe that's better. I don't know. It's simply being absolutely correct. And maybe we're bringing his feet a little closer together. Okay, let's get rid of this one, delete frame. Oh, no, we made the cut earlier too, but why not?
It's simply...
I love it. Okay, let's play it with a little more context.
What is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply...
He needs to do a little like finger tapping too. Like it's simply. Oh, that's gonna be so nice.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply...
Maybe that pause.
Simply...
And then there's this pause here. Duplicate layer, putting it in. This is gonna be so silly. And we're going back and forth between those. Little secondary action, making things more lively.
Not malice.
It's simply
Later.
being
One time too many, huh? So 9, 10, 9. Maybe it's also a timing thing. If it ends at the
simply being
Yeah, I think that could work.
simply being it's simply being it's simply.
And you know what? We're actually going to duplicate this one for some more texture in the motion. We're going to have a head dip in it. So this is going to be 9A, and 9A is going to have the head higher. And then we dip it, and then we do the tapping. So lots of going on. So
It's simply being. Simply.
Maybe we can even. Where's simply?
Simply.
Here. So what if we go to 9A to hit simply, and then we dip down.
It's simply being. Simply being. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being.
Yeah. We have to define that a little bit more doing blocking, but I think it's moving in the right direction. For being, we had this straightening up pose, this one. Being absolutely correct, and then incorrect we melt into this gorgeous, like, I'm just a cutie pie villain. So here's being. New animation cell. And here he's gonna straighten up as much as he can. Maybe it's a little fist kind of thing. Okay. Being a white expression.
Being
He's so proud.
simply being being
Hello there. Welcome, welcome.
Not malice.
It's simply being
And then for absolutely, we need to have more of a relaxed pose here. So, new animation cell. So this was kind of an overshoot with like a hang time. And then we come down. And then maybe a little narrowing in the eyes. And the A could be like a nice and wide shape. Let's actually make it so that we can see our reference properly. Here. I also need to hit Shift instead of Caps Lock to move around properly. No wonder that didn't work. Okay, have a little settle. In the shoulders as well. And we're gonna prepare the folding over of the leg, which is finally happening.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Being absolutely correct. It's simply being absolutely correct.
Very nice.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Absolutely.
And then correct. For correct, we move into that pose that I already like very much from the thumbnails. Here. Absolutely correct. Now, we might want to do the fold maybe the other way around. I'm not that sure. So, if we fold this leg over this leg, got like this. If we fold this leg, yeah, never mind. So this is actually better. So I'm gonna have the straight, stretched out leg. Gonna see how much we can actually do this. And it's actually, I think if he wants the feet to rest, it would be very far down. Maybe for the first time it's actually moving his butt a little forward. It's starting, my cat is complaining. She wants to be let outside and played with. That poor thing. But we're gonna finish this drawing first. Poor kitty will have to wait. Okay. So, what are we doing here? Ah, I see. Whew, it's actually kind of tough to get him out of the... Maybe like that. Absolutely correct. Okay.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
And I don't want this to snap. I just want him to glide.
Being absolutely correct.
I just want him to slide into that pose.
Being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Okay, so let's look at this one more time.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes.
Oh, it's really nice. It's really nice. I love what we have so far. This is going to be a fun animation. So, if you like the way how I talk about art and animation, you might want to join our Patreon. We do have a group mentoring tier on Patreon. You can find out more about this on animatorisland.com/group mentoring. The group mentoring is a monthly call that we all come together and we can discuss your work, whatever you're currently working on. You can ask your questions, whatever you're struggling with, and I will give you advice on how to improve, how to fix things that maybe don't work as well, figure out why things don't work and what would work better. So yeah, every month you get input on how to become an awesome animator and become an even better artist. We have a very friendly community, very awesome people there. So yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, you might want to consider joining the group mentoring on animatorisland.com/group mentoring. Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick break now. We're gonna let this cat out and maybe play a little bit with her. Yeah, and then we'll be back and finish the rest of the little animatic here. Looking forward to see you in a little bit. And we are back. Coming back to epic music. How wonderful. That sets the right mood. Okay. So, we're going to continue our little animatic here. Let's look at it one more time to get back into it. And see what we have so far.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
This is fun. So now we need to switch the chair again for.
Do you think?
Do you think? The delivery on it is so brilliant. Love it so much. I'm gonna switch the chair and create a new animation cell. Let's once again put in a put in a reference. No. Actually, let's take the one where she leans forward, because there will be a similar pose here. And I already know that I really love the pose that we came up with here. This kind of like bored, like challenging, kind of like, yeah, prove it. I think that's really good. Oh, I unplugged my drawing tablet when my cat was walking all over it, pressing buttons. So let's hope that it still works. There you go. By the way, if anyone has any questions about animation and art in general, please let me know in the chat. I would love to talk about things that interest you, hear what you're interested about, maybe what kind of animation films and animation topics you encountered in your life recently. So just feel free to write anything about art and animation, and I would love to open up a little bit of a conversation here. Okay. Hi, Sergio. Well, I wouldn't say late, like in too late. We were already working a little bit on our animation here. So I can show you what we have so far.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what...
Yeah, this is where we are right now. And we really want to nail that bored, provocative pose here. So, let's see. Let's zoom in on her character model again. She's a little bit rounder than I tend to draw her, not that oval. Sergio's asking, do you recommend Clip Studio for 2D animation? Yeah, so far I really like it. I haven't done a professional production with it, so I don't know how it would hold up across like thousands of shots or something like that. But so far, what I've tried, I really, really like. There's a little bit of setup that you need to do. Like there are no keyboard shortcuts set up, for example. You need to bring all of that yourself to the table. But But yeah, I really like the brushes especially, and that even the vector brushes look very, very good. Like they rival some pencil brushes in my opinion. So yeah, I can definitely recommend it. You think, the question is if we're going from you think or you think. I think originally I wanted to go like from you think to in that direction, but I kind of like a little bit of space here. So let's start over there. And really have her eyebrows shoot up in just a little bit. And we have her goggles here. Okay, she has her sleeve somehow here. Gotta make sure that it doesn't get too muddy when we animate this. We could actually push the face a little further down. I think that might be interesting. To have like a really deflated, like she's not really feeling threatened by him kind of thing. Yeah. Something like that. Hello, Anivis. Okay, so this arm's gonna go up a little. This maybe. And then the next one is just gonna be an accent on you think. And we're gonna flare up a little bit when she says you think. Anyvis is asking, can you make a video on anime type background and coloring? I have to confess that I'm not the right person for that. I'm really, coloring and backgrounds is not my strong suit. You might have better luck looking at some art YouTube channels. Like somebody who mostly does digital painting is probably a better address for this. I'm not that good at backgrounds, or that's not where my main interest lays. My main interest is character animation, and other people are way better with backgrounds than I am. Okay, so that's good. Let's get rid of this. And let's...
You think?
Let's have her sink in for the you think. Probably tipping to that side. Rotating kind of like around the nose-ish here. Really lifting up the eyebrows. Maybe flaring up the eyes a little bit. Or maybe not. I don't think she's that impressed by him. Oh, what happened? Can you still see me? And hear me? I hope the live stream is still running. Let me check real quick. What is going on? No, it says it's still live. Let's go in the control room. All okay? Alright. There was like a weird glitch in my streaming software where all the scenes went away. Like everything that I shared, like the webcam and stuff was gone for a second. Lip syncing step-by-step video. You're kinda in it right now. We're gonna we're not gonna get to lip sync today, but we will animate this clip, lip sync and everything. So if you're interested in lip sync, we definitely gonna do it here. It's just a couple more live streams away. Probably at the end of the month or beginning of next month is when we will do lip sync for this one. Okay, she leans a little more forward. Not even sure how that works. I'm not sure how this will work.
Do you think?
Yes.
Yeah. I think this pose will actually be easier once we are in Blender. Okay, so the rest is just keeping it more or less the same in the leg here. All right. And she she will have the teeth, showing the teeth here.
Do you think?
Yes, absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes.
We need to dip down more. And maybe rotate the other way. The head is not quite working. Is it more provocative if it goes in that direction? Maybe. Let's see.
Do you think?
Yes.
Do you think?
Yes.
And maybe we need to actually lose some tension here. Let's see. Let's see how we lose the tension a little bit. So
You think?
Yes,
Do you think?
Yes,
not content with that one. Let's try, let's just put this one away for a second. We're gonna duplicate 14, gonna put this in as 14A. And all we're gonna do is dip the head down a tiny bit, just modifying what we have, being a little bit more subtle. And just do the lip sync and slight changes to the facial expression. Sometimes that's a really good idea. If you have something in the facial expression that really want to be seen, then you might want to keep everything else really still. So that it can really be seen.
Do you think?
yes.
Do you think?
Yes,
Let's maybe really have her eyes flare open. Maybe that could work. At least like a halfway kind of thing. Kind of swimming with this one a little bit. But we're gonna crack it in a little bit. Maybe if we narrow her eyes. tricky one. We'll see.
Do you think?
Yes.
Maybe there's too much tension. Too much tension in the arm. Maybe if we just have the arm go down here, and kinda in her lap. And putting her in full, like, relax mode. She's not threatened at all by what he's saying.
Do you think?
Yes,
Yeah, that's it. We made it. We got it!
correct.
Do you think?
Yes,
Okay, let's watch the whole thing in context.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just...
I like it. I like it. It's gonna be so fun. Okay, so what's going on next? We go to yeah. Going to the yes pose, the very enthusiastic. Yes, I am absolutely correct.
A person...
Do you think?
Yes,
God, I have to watch it again.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing... Yeah.
Let's cut over here. And we're gonna get another one. Maybe this one as a reference. And the other chair real quick. There we go. We do have to change the camera a bit. Can you animate the camera in Clip Studio Paint? I actually never tried it. Let's look that up. But not with the window that's doing the streaming. Clip Studio Paint Move Camera. Camera movement tutorial. We're not gonna watch a tutorial right now. Click the camera object. Operating camera. Okay, so maybe that's something for another time. Okay, so yes. I think we're gonna have a lean forward, but actually with the back bend backwards. So we really have like a proud pose. So, really going forward. Yes. Okay, and he got his hands being folded over like that. Get rid of this one.
Think?
Yes, I think that...
It doesn't have the energy from the thumbnail. Okay, what did we do differently? We tilted him more. So let's do that real quick. I think that might be mostly what it is. Maybe we do have to just tilt him full on, like the body. We need to also lean the body in that direction. It's just the expected curve. We can give him a little bum, little booty, depending on what the rig allows us to do. I'm actually not sure if the elbows should be further up or down. I'm not sure what might be the strongest. So we could do this, or we could do... This is a sharper angle. And maybe the legs don't have to come up that high. Maybe like that?
Correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing...
Mm-hmm.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what... Absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're...
Maybe opening the eyes is what did it for the thumbnail pose, especially because he didn't have the eyes open in the other ones. So let's try that. Yeah. Remo, my cat is back. And she's standing on the drawing tablet. which makes this a little harder. Nothing going on outside, Rainbow? Okay, let's see.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing...
Yeah, that's better. I think we're getting closer. Sorry, Rainbow, I'm working here. You smell like fire. Is downstairs on fire? I hope not. Somebody's burning something outside. You smell all like it. She really smells like smoke. Is that concerning? Should I go check? Did you start a fire? Can cats start fires? They might. This one might. But I think you would be more scared and nervous if something actually was going on. I don't hear smoke detectors, so everything is probably fine. Except for a smoky cat. Rainbow, I kinda need to... You're on my tablet. It's right under your butt. Would you please move? Maybe I can use that little break to tell you about our Patreon. So if you like the live streams and the content that I do and you want to support me and support this cat, I buy cat food for her with the support that you give me on Patreon, among other things. Yeah, so if you want to support the channel, you can do that on patreon.com/animatorisland. No worries if you can't. I know money is tight. Inflation is crazy right now. But yeah, it really helps a lot to set time aside to do these kind of live streams and more tutorials and stuff like that. And online classes, we're probably going to do more of those. But in the immediate future, we are especially doing more of these live streams and animating something live. Okay, Rainbow. I would kind of like to continue to work. Could I please? I'm gonna play with you afterwards. Played with you before. I'm gonna play with you afterwards. What else? What else can a kitty want? Except for constant 24-hour attention. Rainbow, would you please move? Would you please? So sorry. You're not gonna nibble on me. You are on my tablet. What if I bit you? All right.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing...
Okay. Oh, that's not me. That's Rainbow doing something. How did you... she's not even on a button. How did you do that? Did I do that? Where was I? We're going to that one, to the what you're hearing, and we're just gonna flop over with the legs. I'm gonna do that. There we go.
Yes, I think...
What you're hearing is starting here.
What you're hearing...
Here. New animation cell. And we go into a very straight up position. No, I'm sorry, Rainbow. I need this space. I need it. I need it. Don't look so annoyed at the pen. No, you! She's nibbling on me. Rainbow. Rainbow, no. Here, there you go. Yes. Ah, now we have the narrowing eyes. I knew we had them somewhere. Gonna have some fun here with these mouth shapes. What do we do with the other arm? Just a relaxed kind of pose. And relaxing the feet again. There we go.
I think that what you're hearing is just...
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a...
Maybe we dip down a little bit more for this one, and then we dip up beyond all doubt that they are right, and then for right we go up again. So we're stressing this one going down.
I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows.
I like how person comes a little bit too fast.
Hearing is just a person who knows,
Like
beyond all doubt.
a person. I really want to hit that.
A person who knows.
So new layer, new. Person. So person has like a very...
A person who...
See.
A person who...
Let's see. Leaning forward a bit.
a person who knows. I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows.
Yeah, that's the right choice, I think. We really need to go into the 3D tilt forward. Nothing happening in the legs.
A person who knows beyond all doubt
that they are right.
They are right.
And for right, we're gonna go into the overshoot for that last pose. And maybe this one's a little bit more straight, and then we tilt again for the other one. What do we actually have planned here? They are right, opening up the eyes. So maybe we're gonna stress everything here. We are gonna open the mouth relatively far, because we're gonna close it in the next frame, and we're opening the eyes. I wonder if they can leave the body. We need to test that, but I don't see any reason why not. Okay.
That they are right. Out that they are right. Who knows beyond all doubt that they are right. Oh.
And then for right, we're really gonna hit the low, going from the overshoot into the last pose. I mean, this already is the last pose. It's the overshoot of the last pose. Okay. Maybe like that.
That they are right. Oh.
Yeah, I think that worked. It's crazy how, like, I kind of anticipated to, like, end with, like, the most crazy pose somehow, but the pose is a pretty, I don't know, it's almost uninteresting because of the twinning. Maybe we can push it a little bit more when we do the blocking. But I think we have our craziest poses elsewhere, which I find kind of interesting. Now we're through one time through, just with key poses, we can still have all sorts of fun with breakdowns. Maybe we should actually scribble a couple breakdowns. But let's have a look at the whole thing so far. Oh, saving real quick. And then we can look at the whole thing.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows beyond all doubt that they are right. Oh, isn't there a little...
I like it. I think we're really on track here. Give it a little time at the end before the loop starts.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows beyond all doubt that they are right. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows beyond all doubt that they are right.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Now I think where we could really use some in between.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is.
Is in these big changes, like here.
There really never
here.
is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply
on her lean forward.
Being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just...
But I think the most important one for me is the absolutely correct, because I actually don't want this to snap.
Absolutely correct.
Because at the moment it looks like it's a snappy pose, but I don't want it to be a snappy pose. Hilly is asking, this is for the 11-second club contest. Actually, no. I think the 11-second club is still on hiatus. It's just a clip from a show that I really enjoyed, and I found those rigs that I thought would work very well for the two voices. So yeah, there's no 11-second club competition at the moment, as far as I know. Let's add animation cell here. And use this to indicate that we're just gently leaning forward. And I don't want to concern myself too much with timing yet, but...
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
So I think then this could be a little bit later, and this could be...
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
What's up with this gap? Why is there a gap always happening?
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, I think this giving it the right idea. Now we're having a more of a transition, and we can really use the O shape. Correct. Maybe even have a blink in here.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Nah, the blink is making it snappy again. So I think just narrowing the eyes Works kinda well. And here, the cool thing about the breakdown, like the mask is pretty much dead center in the middle of this lean forward, but the rest of the motion won't be. So especially for the leg being stretched out, I want that to like really extend, and the other leg being folded over to really have a moment where it's coming from above.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
And maybe there's a moment where this hand is actually coming over. And the elbow is folding under. There's a lot of...
Absolutely correct.
There's a lot of stuff happening here. Not happy with that elbow. So here's the one elbow, here's the other elbow. We shouldn't make that much of a that much craziness around it.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
This a little earlier, this a little later.
Absolutely correct.
It's still feeling a lot snappier than I thought it would at this point. So maybe if instead of going all the way over, we're just doing something like this.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Okay. And maybe putting another one here to really get the softness here. Because I think I want everything to like just nestle in. So maybe if this leg already hit the floor and then the other leg is kind of coming over from above, and if we have a huge ease on the head coming over, let's see how that feels.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
Do you think?
everything is just kind of flowing into place. For the last couple moments here. Okay.
Absolutely correct. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply...
Did everything shift by 1 frame? When did that happen? Delete frame. Selected layer only.
Isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a...
Okay, and then it's shifted again. Not sure what I did.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows beyond all doubt that they are right. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows beyond all doubt that they are right.
Yeah. Wonderful. I think that's good for a live stream's worth of work. If you like what I'm doing and you want to support me, please consider joining our Patreon on patreon.com/animatorisland. You can either give a small amount to keep the live streams coming and hopefully some more tutorials and classes. I also want to work on those, but yeah, for the moment I'm focusing on live streams. I have already a couple announced. You can see the dates in the video description down below. So yeah, throughout the next couple of months we're gonna have regular live streams. If you want to support me, you can do that on patreon.com/animatorisland. There's a group mentoring tier if you want input on your work, and that can be animation, character design, a story idea. You can submit it to our group mentoring on Patreon in the group mentoring tier, where once a month we come together for a group mentoring call and I'll give you my feedback, what I think you could improve, what you can focus on, what you can do to sharpen your skills and become an even better artist and animator. Yeah, so check that out if that sounds interesting to you. Thank you so much for every single one who's supporting me. It really, really means a lot to me, and keeps me going, keeps me motivated to put more, and enables me to put more time into this YouTube channel. You know, if I could, I would just hang out with you all day and do silly animations all day. But, you know, life is sometimes just getting in the way of that, and every little bit on Patreon helps. Yeah, thank you all so very much for being here today. If there are any urgent questions for today, now is the last chance to ask them. I'm gonna play our beautiful animation one more time. And next time we're going to jump into Blender and do the blocking there.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows beyond all doubt that they are right. Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows beyond all doubt that they are right. Oh, isn't there
Wonderful.
a little bit of malice?
Yeah, I'm really, really happy how this turned out. I can't wait to jump into Blender with you and actually put that into 3D. Really exciting. Thank you all so very much for being here today. And as always, have a wonderful time. Keep on animating, stay creative. Always looking forward to the next live stream. The next live stream, I think, is on Saturday, Saturday or Sunday, something like that. Yeah, you're welcome. Always looking forward to the next time. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. Give me some outro music here. Oh, come on. There we go.
Oh, isn't there a little bit of malice in that voice? And there never is. There really never is.
So what is that I'm hearing, if not malice?
It's simply being absolutely correct.
Do you think?
Yes, I think that what you're hearing is just a person who knows beyond all doubt that they are right.